Could you be a superhero and manage a highly successful technology company? Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where we take trade paperbacks and single issues and we break them down into digestible bites, so that we can read dramatically back to you. All alterations of the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. Don't forget to support this great industry by buying these books online or at your local store. With Secret Wars finally coming to an end, it would appear that some of the original Marvel storylines will be continuing. One in particular is the Parker Industries storyline written by Dan Slott. So let's explain where it left off. And for the record, this does take place right after Spider-Verse, which we already have on the channel. Spider-Man dodges out of the way of a giant snake as a lizard man screams behind him, "Kill him, my brothers!" "I think your brothers just want a nap, Iguana, and you could use one yourself, Mr. Cricky Pants." Iguana then grabs Spider-Man and carries him through a wall and into the touring part of the Central Park Zoo, where the kids run off screaming. Spider-Man begins to web up Iguana's face, just as he gets a phone call from Aunt May. "Aunt May, now's not a good time." "Wait, are you okay?" he says, struggling. "Oh, we just wanted to make sure that you and Anna Maria are still coming over for dinner, Peter." Spider-Man thinks to himself, "Oh right, she still thinks that me and Anna Maria are together." But he's saved as Aunt May's husband reminds her that Peter has a big presentation today. So she apologizes, hanging up. "Wait! Are you on the phone? This is why Homo sapiens must be exterminated! No manners!" And then, just as Spider-Man picks up a second call, Iguana throws him into a nearby clock. "Peter, where are you? Do you know what time it is?" Anna Marie says to him in the new call. "I'm painfully aware." But his business partner, Johnny, grabs the phone. "Parker, where are you?" Spider-Man kicks Iguana in the jaw as he tells him that he's spying a cab right now. If he's late, she can just stall for him. "Oh, you're not doing this to me again, Parker. This whole make a prison to capture and reform criminals, this was your idea. I'm not going in there supporting a project that I don't even believe in." Spider-Man gets up and he begins to dodge and throw his punches in at Iguana. "Look, I'm sorry I'm late, but I'm not going to apologize for this project anymore. You saw what the Green Goblin and his goons did to this city, and what Electro did when his powers went out of control. We need to be able to do more than hold these guys." With his newfound frustration, Spider-Man knocks Iguana into the nearby lake. "Stop talking on your phone, human! I have a legitimate grievance with the plight of the reptiles!" But Spider-Man continues on with his speech about saving criminals as he clobbers Iguana and he webs him up. "Good speech, Parker. Now come here and give it to the people who care," Johnny says as she hangs up. Meanwhile, at the Department of Corrections meeting, Alchemex is knocking it out of the park with their presentation. As they walk out into the hallway, in walks Peter Parker, putting his shoes on as he comes down the hallway. You see, it was actually Dr. Octopus in Peter Parker's body that launched this company, Parker Industries, and he's the one that dated Anna Maria. Peter explained everything to Anna Maria, and she's been trying to help him keep this company afloat, but Peter Parker is more concerned with being Spider-Man than having a successful business. Since he was gone recently due to the Spider-Verse multiverse hopping adventure, Johnny has no faith in her partner. But at least he made it to this meeting. And Alchemex knows that Peter has a tendency to take home a victory even when they aren't expecting it. So they have a plan. One that involves ruining Parker Industries once and for all. They hire the Ghost to completely destroy it before the Department of Corrections can make their final decision. So the next day, everyone decided to run another test on the prison systems. Little did they know that Ghost has already snuck in, and he's already dropping guards and tampering with things. So as Parker decided to launch all of the new smart walls, security orbs, online SWAT bots, and various other tools, Ghost began to flip all of the switches. All of the robots and devices begin turning on everyone, and they quickly have to dive for cover. Peter begins to shout out his override codes, but Ghost comes on the screen. "That won't work. Nothing will. It's just you, me, and your creations now." Realizing that he can't be using Spider-Man moves, Peter tries his best to save everyone while keeping a low profile, by pulling Johnny out of the way of fire, letting them shoot themselves, and claiming a robot was a little off balance, so he used his spider strength to hurl it across the room. He then directs his assistant, the Living Brain, to get everyone to the exit and directs everyone to the secret Spider-Man exit in the lab. But while everyone is scrambling to get out of the lab, Johnny has slipped away, and she's gotten to the security office where Ghost is standing. She's tired of Peter's nonsense, and she wants to help Ghost drop just Peter's projects, but leave hers alone. Luckily, as everyone left, Peter changed into Spider-Man, and he's making his way to the security office just in time to see it happening. Peter jumps in telling Ghost to let go of Johnny, because Ghost grabs Johnny and he's getting ready to murder her. He pulls Johnny away from Ghost, and then Ghost replies by launching a bunch of explosions at Spider-Man. Meanwhile, Anna Maria and Clayton decide that they need to help Spider-Man, and they grab some of his tech that was invented in case Venom would ever come back. Web shooters that can launch flaming and sonic webs. Back with Spider-Man, the building is beginning to crumble around them and flames are burning as Spider-Man asks Ghost if he wants to surrender. But Ghost has other plans because he's already rigged the entire building to explode. As the explosions go off all around them, Spider-Man gets pinned beneath a steel beam and Ghost moves in to remove his mask and to finally see who Spider-Man really is. And that's when Clayton and Anna Maria show up using Spider-Man's weapons. Clayton uses the sonic blast to throw Ghost off balance and making him tangible, while Anna Maria wraps him up in flaming webs. They keep laying it on thick until he's officially captured. Spider-Man tells his amazing friends to get out of here while he makes his own exit so that he can change back into his civilian clothes that Anna Maria was super smart enough to bring for him. Once the police arrive, they haul off Ghost, and he rants about the whole thing being a setup. Alchemex just wanted to get rid of him. They didn't care about Parker Industries. And so Johnny storms over to Peter. I told you this would happen if we kept supporting Spider-Man. We got into this whole prison thing because of your ideas. And it's at that moment that the building, Parker Industries, literally falls apart and crumbles from the destruction. Everyone blames this whole thing on Peter working with Spider-Man. And if he's going to continue, how can they trust him any longer? That brings us right to where Spider-Man left off. This entire story is contained in issues 16, 17, and 18 of the 2015-2014 run of Amazing Spider-Man. Personally, it's not the greatest ever, but I did enjoy it because it does set up for what happens in all new, all different Marvel Amazing Spider-Man #1. And it also kind of bridges the gap between what happened in Spider-Verse and what happened right here. Like I said, not one of my favorites, but I love Spider-Man. You can't go wrong. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well, and I'll see you next time right here at Comicstorian.